So what kind of barriers do you think will come up with not speaking the same language as everyone else?
So there are multiple and a lot of different types of barriers. We see barriers between even just hanging out with people in general. I know that within my sign language class, we specifically talked about whenever you're in the presence of someone who's deaf, that no matter what, if you're speaking to your hearing friends, you should sign, just to be polite, because there's a lot of barriers as far as they're not really incorporated into a lot of conversations, and just as far as like socially that way, barriers such as like scheduling appointments and calling, that's a lot easier for us, as well as getting education. They have to go other places where we can just go to a regular university.
Mm-hmm. How about like emergencies, like if you need to call the police or you need to go to the hospital for something?
So they have their own, they have a telephone service to where you call a service provider and you sign to them and you tell them what you need or who you need to call, and then they will call them and they can speak to them verbally while you sign to them. They can have those multiple conversations, which does help for emergencies and such.
Okay, what about employment?
For employment, I have absolutely no idea. But I mean, there's that Starbucks that is, I mean, you can use sign, and they can work in deaf schools, they can teach, and they can have those types of jobs as well.
All right. Do you think sign language is a true official language?
Absolutely. So there's different types of sign language. There's ASL, and then there's British British Sign Language, and there's sign language for every different country, and it's absolutely its own language because it has different grammatical, grammatical and punctuational, and it's very different even from English.
Yeah. Do you think there are any technologies that can help fix this?
So they have their phones, which definitely helps them get by in this new digital age. FaceTime is a huge, help that it has developed. As far as other technologies, cars that could help signal, sounds would help, but they have as much as they need right now.
Even with all these technologies, do you think they still might be discriminated against?
Absolutely. Having interpreters, that's another good way to go for work, is having interpreters, but definitely they might be discriminated just for being that deaf kid or the deaf person, and the fact that they can't hear is absolutely 100% a problem, and not being able to keep up with the society as far as language barriers is definitely they're going to be discriminated.